Welcome back to the United Center in Antipolo for UAAP Saturday live on SNA. Now let's talk about the Adamson Soaring Falcons, and this is a team that's coming off a big win over the UST Growling Tigers.
Well, earlier we talked about DLSU, their bad start against UE. Unlike DLSU in their last game, Adamson actually had played well from the start, leading by 4 points, 19-15 after the first quarter. But from there, it was just all UST until there were 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, when Adamson unleashed a 16-0 run to finish the ball game, led by, of course, Val Chalca and Jeric Ahanmisi. As we look at our statistics here, 78-71. They were down by 9 with 3 minutes left, and they win by 7. That's the capability of the Adamson Soaring Falcons in terms of scoring the basketball and making those big runs. Although they were out-rebounded, they definitely shared the ball better, 19-13. So with those assists, gumanda yung field goal percentage ng Adamson, finishing with 40% from the field, and also sharing the basketball, pushing the pace, and that's what you can expect from a Coach Franz Pumaran-led team, is pushing the pace, getting fast break points, and getting easy layups.
Help our viewers understand, Mikey, why this Adamson team, they're so dangerous. They can go on a 16-0 run. How do they do that?
Well, fortunately for them, Renz Abando had to sit out the last 3 minutes of that game because of an apparent ankle injury. But with Val Chalca, Jerome Lastimosa, Duanga, Jeric Ahanmisi, these guys can really score and create shots for themselves. And if you can create shots for yourselves, you can attack the defense. You can also dish off to your teammates, and they shackled the UST Growling Tigers. Even without Renz Abando, there's a CJ Cancino, Renzo Subido, Solomon Chabio, and they shackled that, and they played perfect basketball on both ends of the floor, holding UST to less than 20% in that fourth quarter, and they scored a lot, 16 points, and the efficiency is 47% from the field. And if Adamson can play like this for 40 whole minutes, then magiging problema talaga yan for the rest of the teams.
Now, although Adamson is coming into this game very, very confident, I'm sure Franz Pumaran has very important reminders for his key players. Rain Matienza will tell us what those reminders are. Rain?
When given a chance to play, grab the opportunity. Yan ang paalala ni Coach Franz Pumaran sa Soaring Falcons as he urges them to get more quality minutes out of their time in the court. In fact, Nico and Mikey, despite that 6-point win against the UST Growling Tigers last Wednesday, Coach did not leave the team's lapses unnoticed. He even called out EP Manlapas and reminded him not to settle with being a one-game wonder, especially since Jeric Ahanmisi needed help with scoring during the first half. Lenda Duanga was also reprimanded about his dismal 9-rebound record, a single digit that the team could not afford, especially since they needed to capitalize in their offensive rebounds. On the flip side though, the Soaring Falcons were finally able to limit their turnovers down by 50%. This afternoon, expect the Falcons to start strong, leaving no space for the Green Archers to create momentum. That's it from the Falcons sidelines. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Rain. And Rain will keep us updated with everything that's happening on the Adamson side of the basketball court. Let's go to the matchup in the middle. Justin Baltazar of the Green Archers and Lenda Duanga of the Soaring Falcons.
Well, two of our top rebounders in the league going head-to-head, mano a mano. Although Justin Baltazar has had his worst game of the season so far in their last game against UE. 6 points, 3 of 12 from the field. On the other side, we all know what Justin can do, especially pulling the big man from the paint, and he can hit those perimeter jumpers, which will be a problem for Lenda Duanga. And Lenda Duanga, also the guy not really known as a scorer, their third scoring option after Jeric Ahanmisi and Val Chalca, but the way he controls the paint and makes his presence felt creates space for the shooters outside, namely Ahanmisi and Chalca.
In a moment, the Adamson Soaring Falcons looking for win number 4, take on the LaSalle Green Archers, looking for their second win here on UAAP Season 82. Back inside the United Center in Antipolo for the second game of our Saturday doubleheader as we look at our primary protagonists.
Aljon Melesio broke out a few games ago with 21 big points, but last game again he was shackled against FEU. Andre Caracot, who has somewhat been inconsistent, but also the leader for the LaSalle Green Archers along with Justin Baltazar. Joaquin Manuel starts this game off. Jamie Malonzo. On the other side, maybe the best scoring backcourt in Val Chaco and Jerican Misi, along with the big guy down low, Lenda Duanga, Aaron Fermin, the rookie out of Arellano, and Simon Camacho.
The Adamson Soaring Falcons coming off that confidence-boosting win over the Growling Tigers, using a 16-0 run to win that game. Whereas the DLSU Green Archers must have done some soul searching after losses to UE and then FEU. So certainly they are eager to bounce back in a big way in today's game. Our Supreme Court for today's ball game, Rafael Rebellion, Alan Barria, and our Chief Justice is referee Mike Tolentino.
I believe that's one thing that Coach JB talked about with his troops during practice or even before this game, is they play better in the second half. The first half, usually they find themselves down even by double digits, and if you get into a hole that deep, medyo mahirap nang bumangon. Even though we've seen stranger things here in the UAAP, especially this season, you know, going up against teams led by Coach Olsen Resela, even Coach Lawrence Chongson and Coach Bongtan, it was tough for them to bounce back and come back.
As for this Adamson team, I don't think anyone's really surprised that you know, they're in the upper half of the team standings, because this was a title contender last year, and people don't see any reason why they shouldn't be contending for the title this year.
Well, especially with the entry of one-and-done player Val Chaco, as you see in your screens, and Lenda Duanga. And what more can you say about Coach Franz Pomarin, Coach Renan Ritualo, Coach Jackson Chago? And they just know how to win. And even though it was a disappointing end to their season last year, season 81, losing twice to the UP Fighting Maroons, you know, you know very well how consistent Coach Franz's team has been in recent years.
The Green Archers and the Soaring Falcons are
The Green Archers are in immaculate white. Adamson is in their dark blue uniforms. We've got Baltasar and Duanga getting ready to jump it off. And this game is underway. First possession goes to the Soaring Falcons. Val Chaco, wow, has emerged as one of the most exciting players in all of the UAAP.
Well, that 16-0 run that we were talking about, 16 of those points, 7 came from Val Chaco.
Mikey, ano bang tinitingnan mo? What are you looking for from these Green Archers in the early moments of this game?
Well, they need to be aggressive and they need to have that sense of urgency. Like what I said, they play better in the second half. Mga ganong pagkakataon, alam mo na Val Chaco yun. You need to shackle those types of guys.
You know, Val Chaco will not hesitate to shoot from half court. Val Chaco putting Adamson on the scoreboard 3-0 as Caracot glides and scores.
Andre Caracot, one of the more consistent players for LaSalle. Of course, 5th season, he knows what it takes to bounce back. He was there during that season that Ayana was talking about, na nag-champion pa sila after a slow start.
And Misi. Chauca. Shot clock reads 10. Val Chauca. Over to Camacho. Camacho underneath for 2.
Good patience there for Simon Camacho and good find for Val Chaco. This is a guy, Simon Camacho, you can expect him to play defense, but it's a welcome surprise if he can score the basketball as well.
Meantime, Baltazar, he fires away, and Baltazar did not shoot well in that game against FEU. He certainly wants to shoot a whole lot better in this game.
Oh, for sure, worst game of the season for him. 3 of 12 to the tune of 6 points. Only 6 points, averaging 16 points a game itong si Justin.
Fermin against Joaquin Manuel. Camacho's in motion. Great defense by Manuel. Baltazar to Malonzo. No look pass to Baltazar. Baltazar bothered by Duanga. Turnover.
And obviously, Justin Baltazar versus Lenda Duanga. Inside, Lenda has that advantage, but from the perimeter, it will always be Justin Baltazar. But from the three-point line, it'll be Val Chauca. His first three-pointer of the ball game.
Have you ever played in the bandana?
The bandana, no. Hindi ko na naabutan. Ngayon nauso eh. But you know what's funny? It's a running joke dito sa Inaris Antipolo. Matigas yung ring, mahirap shumot. Si Val Chauca, 1 of 1. No problem.
I don't think that's going to stop him from launching it. Karakot in the open court. Karakot sidestep. Yes, sir.
That's the type of aggressiveness that you would see from Andre Karakot, especially down 1 and 3 na. 2 of 2 for Andre.
C2 fast break for Andre Karakot. Still a 1-point lead for the Falcons. And Nisi, good pass inside of Camacho, but he couldn't finish. And there's the Wanga, and he takes care of business with that Yamaha Mio #1 move.
Like Pat Chuente from FPU, Lenda Duanga has that height advantage down low, which will be a problem for LaSalle. But Andre Karakot, the Euro step and the finish. And it starts with him, I believe, because he's the eldest elder statesman of the team.
He's the team captain.
He's the team captain, obviously the most experienced one. So it starts with Andre Karakot, and it's nice to see that he's starting this game aggressive.
Duanga makes it 8-4 in favor of Adamson as we near the 7-minute mark of the opening quarter. Melesio looking for a teammate here. Shot clock reads 12. Finds Baltazar, top of the key. Malonzo pulls up. And it'll be last touch on Melesio.
This is a nice matchup. Jerica and Misi, Jamie Malonzo, a shooter against the slasher. And then 2 scoring guards in Aljon Melesio and of course Val Chauca. So a lot of matchups to look forward to here today.
Yeah, I think people will enjoy the Melesio Chauca matchup. And Misi, Camacho. That's a time to shoot for Adamson, and Duanga misses. Rebound for Manuel. Baltazar. Green Archers down by 4 points in the opening quarter. 3-point shot for Baltazar, and there's a foul under the basket.
I think it's on Val Chauca as Joaquin Manuel at the mouse in the house, and Val Chauca down low trying to steal Val Chauca. Although hindi nila na recognize there was a mismatch. First foul of Val Chauca.
14 seconds.
So first personal foul against Chauca. Baltazar has that shot, but he missed it. Good pass by Melesio, but a triple team on Malonzo, and Malonzo will take 2.
0 of 2 for Justin Baltazar from his perimeter. From the perimeter, as we look at this,
Foul number 29, Vince
3 blue
Magulos.
shirts all over Jamie Malonzo, and Jamie Malonzo just finding a way of getting that ball up, fishing for that foul.
When you look at Jamie Malonzo, as James Lapo checks in for the first time, ano bang natural playing position ni Jamie?
Well, from what I see, he's big enough to be a 4 here in the Philippines, but you can see that he has that handle, he can bring the ball down for you, he can create, whether it be for himself or for his teammates. So he's the type of guy that can really take over, as we can see, 17 points per game, 5th in the league.
And the #1 scorer for the Green Archers, and has that sweet shot from Rainbow Country.
Oh yeah, you notice the dunks, the slashing, but he has that stroke.
It's hard not to notice the dunks kasi gusto niya may dinadaktakan sa every game. And a miss there by Chauca. Malonzo bullet pass to Melesio. Melesio can't pull the trigger. Back to Malonzo with a spin to Laput, but Laput lost the ball.
That's what we were talking about for Jamie Malonzo, the handle and the pass, although hindi na-convert ni Laput.
Chauca to Camacho. 6 minutes to go in the opening period. Camacho, they leave him open and can't get the bounce. Duanga with a rebound. And this is going to be the tough assignment for Baltazar, for Laput, and putting a body on Duanga all afternoon long.
Oh, yeah, 2 offensive rebounds already for Lenda Duanga. And again, that has been their problem, rebounding the basketball, going up against foreign athletes. Nagiging problema for LaSalle here in Season 82.
First personal foul against Jamie Malonzo as Jordan Bartlett checks in the ball game for the Green Archers. Second team foul against the Archers.
This is a better defensive matchup para kay Val Chao, kay Jordan Bartlett. And they're good friends, so I'm sure they've scouted each other for, I believe, their childhood friends.
Chauka, wide open for three. Yes, sir!
Val Chauka!
I don't think he knows where the three-point line is. Ang layo niya tumira eh.
Go alam
Hey,
kung
master.
may 4 points siya.
Play of the game for Val Chauka.
2 3-pointers, 2 of 3. He missed the last one, but like what we said, he will not stop firing. And he will let it fly all afternoon.
I mean, someone has to talk to Val and tell him, bro,
Pwede mong ilapit
pwede pa
ng
ilapit yan, ah.
3 points pa din naman kahit ilapit mong konti. But off of that ball screen, the big man needs to show because malidedelay ng madedelay yung bantay ni Val Chauka. So a hard show would be better going up against Val Chauka.
And the basket is good for Admisi. So I guess the foul was called after the shot of Val Chauka. We just saw a PS bankable assist. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online. No collateral.
Perfect execution there on the inbounds play, baseline inbounds play. Care of the Adamson soaring foul. Kasi ito, nagbabalasa na si Coach JB.
So Ralph Koo for LaSalle is in, number 0, and Jerome Lastimosa, number 7, is in for Adamson. Meantime, Kurt Lohera, number 1, has the basketball for the Archers. Lohera blocked by Admisi. Camacho on the move. Camacho steps on the brakes.
Well, if there's one guy or two guys that Adamson knows of, it's Kurt Lohera and Tyrus Hill.
Tyrus Hill still on the LaSalle bench.
Offensive foul on number 55, Lenda Duanga.
An offensive foul here against Lenda
Four
Duanga.
on the Soaring Falcons.
These are the kinds of starts that Coach JB isn't looking for, especially after those first or those last 2 games against UE and FEU. Again, down by 8 halfway through the quarter.
Malonzo in motion to Bartlett. Bartlett with a fake. Bartlett fires short, straight to Duanga's hands as we hit the Gatorade hydration checkpoint. So the Soaring Falcons are threatening to build a double-digit lead. The pull-up by Admisi. Malonzo has it. He's in the open court. Look out. Malonzo, oh, lost his balance. And wow, talk about a double whammy. You lose your balance and then you're called for an offensive foul.
Wow. Di lang turnover, offensive foul pa. Jamie Malonzo. He wanted to slam it over Jerome Lastimosa. He saw that height advantage, although unfortunately nadulas.
So the Falcons are on top by 8. We'll be back in a moment. Let's check out the Birds of Prey, the lethal scoring duo of Jerica Admisi and Val Chauka.
Again, we were talking about the highest scoring backcourt for Adamson. And what we love about them is they stay aggressive. Even though they're missing, the confidence will always be there.
Camacho. And a 3-second violation against Lenda Duanga.
Good defense there for LaSalle, forcing a turnover. A chance for them to cut into this lead.
Chauca by himself has outscored the entire Green Archers, although it's still early in the ball game. Chauca getting a breather. Lastimosa takes his place. Bartlett on the move. Bartlett looking for Karakut. As we approach the last 4 minutes of the opening quarter, Lohera facing his former team. Lohera, bullet pass to Karakut. Karakut, that shot was bothered. It goes in and out. And that's another rebound for the Duwanga and a loose ball foul against the Green Archers.
Holding foul on
First
number
foul on
42,
James Laput. Jamie Malonzo had to sit because of 2 fouls. Oh
Substitution
no,
for
2
the
fouls
Soaring
already for
Falcons.
Laput. So 2 fouls on Laput, 2 fouls on Jamie Malonzo. We'll see if Coach JB will adjust, will bring out itong si James Laput.
2 free throws for Lenda Duanga.
So 2 free throws for Lenda Duwanga. By the way, AP Manlapas is in the ballgame for the first time for Adamson.
Substitution for the Green Archers.
Had that big game, few games back,
Against the Fighting Maroons.
fighting Maroons.
Ethan Baltazar is sent back in the ballgame for the Green Archers, and all eyes are on Lenda Duwanga. Missed the first of 2 free throws.
This is going to be a problem for LaSalle. You're going to have to make Justin Baltazar go up against Lendel Duanga. Again, 12.4 rebounds for Duanga today already with 6. Nangangalahati na siya sa average niya.
So on the floor for the Green Archers, Kurt Lohera, Jordan Bartlett, Andre Karakut, Justin Baltazar, and Ralph Koo. Archers down by 9 points. Karakut to Bartlett. Bartlett on the left side. Under 4 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Karakut to Baltazar. That ball is moving around for the Archers. Turn around. Tough shot for Lohera.
This is the defense. This is Adamson brand of defense, forcing LaSalle to tough shots.
Corner shot. Lastimosa for
Jerome
3.
Lastimosa.
Defense to offense for Coach Franz Pumarin and the Falcons.
A Jollibee 100% amazing move for Jerome Lastimosa.
Pushing foul on number 7.
And a
Jerome
blistering
Lastimosa,
start
penalty.
for the Adamson
That's his
Soaring
first foul.
Falcons.
Look at this. Ball movement, 3 guys touching the basketball. That extra pass to a
Substitution
more
for the Soaring
open
Falcons.
Jerome Lastimosa. That is the chemistry between the Falcons. And sharing the basketball. Doon natutuwa na panurin si Coach Franz.
Edgy Moika is in the ballgame for the first time for Adamson. Meantime, our guest on the line is Jordan Bartlett. The foul was against Lastimosa, his first personal. Both teams have hit the limit here, and Jordan Bartlett started his UAAP career with the NU Bulldogs, and it transferred to the De La Salle Green Archers. Makes the free throw, cuts down that the Adamson lead to 10.
You also would love this defensive matchup, Bartlett and Lastimosa.
Lohera clears the rebound. Quickly to Karakut. Oh, Karakut almost lost it. Saves it to Baltazar. Baltazar, one-hander. No. Baltazar again. Relentless
Basket is
play
good for Justin
for
Baltazar.
Justin Baltazar.
That is the persuasion
Foul
of Justin
on number
Baltazar.
55,
3 shots from the
Duanga. That's
perimeter.
his second foul.
As we check our McDonald's instant replay.
Minamala siya from the
Substitution
outside,
for the
but just
Soaring Falcons.
recovering the basketball, not giving up on the play, getting the offensive rebound and the putback over Lenda Duanga.
Shooting the bonus,
Keith
Justin
Zaldivar
Baltazar.
is in the ballgame for the first time for Adamson. But Baltazar could not complete the 3-point play. Soaring Falcons on top 17-9 with 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 1 as Bartlett breaks up the play.
LaSalle has been playing good defense the past couple of
18
possessions.
seconds to shoot.
The activity of the guys getting their hand on the basketball.
Lots of time to shoot for the Falcons. Vince Magbuhos looking for AP Manlapas. Oh, nice pass. Excellent pass to Magbuhos. But Magbuhos was blocked.
Good recovery for the Lasal big men.
Karakot slicing through, lost the ball. He is fouled.
And again, the aggressiveness of Andre Karakot on the break, attacking the
Foul on
defense,
number 7,
fishing
Jerome
for
Lastamosa.
fouls, trying to create shots
Substitution for the Green Archers.
against AP Manlapas. Although AP is more athletic, definitely Andre is more experienced.
Second personal foul against Jerome Lastimosa.
Free throws for
And
Andre Karakot.
man on the line is Andre Karakot. Aljun Melesio is back in the ball game. What makes Karakot a dangerous player?
It's the saving. He doesn't look that quick. Oh, he's not fast, but he's definitely quick with the step, especially that first step. And on the break, he can handle the basketball. His IQ, he has that Euro step, that floater. And deceiving lang talaga when you go up against someone like Andre Karakot.
Kasi hindi siya yung parang Mark Nonoy na talagang
Oh, may stop go
the whole
siya,
game. Karakot is very, very shifty. Meantime, here's Lohera. Lohera fires away. Lohera for three.
And this is the run that Coach JB and the Archers have been looking for.
And a live vision player helps out Lohera at that time.
4-point lead na lang to for Adamson.
Lastimosa zigzagging inside. Rebound picked up by Melesio. This is just a 4-point game. Melesio to Ku. To Karakot, he fakes. Karakot, bullet pass to Ralph Ku. Specialty of the house, but he could not knock it down. It will be last touch on Zaldivar.
Again, the activity of Justin Baltazar down low. And this run right here, already 5 bench points for DLSU in the first quarter. This was the problem. They're 7th in the league in bench scoring. So finally, production off the bench for Coach JB and Coach Gian.
A steal by Lastimosa. Lastimosa to Magbuhos. To Zaldivar. Zaldivar inside for two.
Not the best looking fast break there for Adamson, but still 2 points para dito kay Zaldivar, extending this lead back up to 6 points.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and that will be another turnover against the Green Archers.
And this is the inconsistency that we were talking about. 2 straight turnovers after bringing the lead down to 5 to 4 points.
19-13. The Archers are trying to catch up, and we'll be back in a moment. Checking out our video coaches' winning ways with De La Salle University coach Jermaine Bird, talking with Ralph Koo in that sequence. Also chatting with Jordan Bartlett. The Archers are looking for a way to climb back in this game. They're down 19-13.
And I'm sure Coach JB isn't satisfied, but pretty happy with the aggressiveness of the DLSU Green Archers. Kahit minamala sila sa labas, they keep attacking the basket.
This by Mojica. It will be last touch on Baltazar, so the ball will stay with Adamson.
And like what we were saying, 7 free throws already for DLSU here in the first so far. 13 in total against FU in their last game. And because of that aggressiveness,
Shot
2
clock
fouls
at
on
14
Lastimosa,
seconds.
2 fouls on Chauca. So now Jerica Hanmisi needs to play point guard for Coach Franz Pumared.
So Manlapas will start the play for Adamson. By the way, Joel Kagulangan is in the game for the first time for the Archers. Shot clock down to 10. A drive by Mojica.
And Mojica just going all the way straight line drive against Justin Baltazar, challenging the defense. Eto na naman, turnover na naman for LaSalle.
And it was Manlapas who made that happen with the active hands.
3 straight turnovers for
Foul on
LaSalle.
number 12,
But look at this,
Kagulangan
Mojica
penalty.
against Melesio.
That's
He
his
had the
first
step
foul.
and goes all the way, protects the basketball with his body against Justin Baltazar, and the concentration to finish.
2 shots for Vince Magbuhos.
First free throw no good for Vince Magbuhos. Nevertheless, the Falcons are on top, 21-13 with a minute and 11 remaining in the opening quarter.
Again, LaSalle was only down by 4 and again shot themselves on the foot with those 3 straight turnovers.
A chance for the Archers to trim that deficit. Ralph Koo to Baltazar. Baltazar with a stretch. And a loose ball foul here against the Soaring Falcons.
I believe it's on
Foul
AP
on number 4,
Manlapas.
AP Manlapas
Yung ginulang niya doon,
penalty.
si
That's his
Ralph
first
Koo.
foul.
But this is a shot Justin Baltazar usually makes. It hasn't
Substitution
been
for
the
the
best
Soaring
or
Falcons.
most efficient day for him so far. Kitang-kita using the offhand is AP Manlapas.
2 shots
Simon
for
Camacho
Ralph Koo.
sent back in the ball game for Adamson, and you're looking at Ralph Koo. He missed the first free throw, but he is quite the shooter. His teammates love calling him a stretch four. Too strong on the second attempt, and Baltazar could not secure the rebound. So Manlapas and the Soaring Falcons still on top, 21-13, under a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Zaldivar for 3. Rebound, Baltazar.
Now that's a shot I'm willing to live with if you're Coach JB.
Missed by Melesio. Offensive rebound for Joaquin Manuel. Time winding down here in the opening quarter. Baltazar again. Relentless action and relentless effort by Justin Baltazar.
And there you go, even though again he hasn't been shooting the ball that well, just being active down low, not giving up on plays para dito kay Justin Baltazar.
Just a 6-point ball game with 10 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Mojica for 3. Rebound, Zaldivar. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. 2 seconds to go. Camacho not aware. And that ends the opening quarter.
That's a good way to end
At
the
the end
quarter
of the
for
first
LaSalle with that
quarter,
big
our score
defensive
is
stop.
21-15.
At the end of the first 10 minutes, the Adamson Soaring Falcons are on top. 21-15 over the De La Salle Green Archers. Back inside the Inares Center in Antipolo for UAAP Saturday live on SNA. We start the second quarter with Adamson on top, 21-15. The Falcons led by as many as 12 points. Miko Alili with Mikey Reyes. Mikey, ano yung mga parang top observations mo from that opening period?
Well, inconsistency from both teams. It's been a game of runs so far. It was a good start for Adamson. LaSalle made a comeback. Pero towards the end of that first quarter, it was all Adamson again.
Missed by Baltazar. We're seeing Brandon Bates for the first time in this game.
And this is what I was saying. Brandon Bates or either Brandon Bates or Lap would need to stay in the game for Justin Baltazar to play 4. Para hindi na niya kailangan bantayan itong si Lenda Duanga. Oh, Lenda Duanga is on the bench right now. Also, Encho Serrano making his first appearance. 6 points in their last game against FU off the bench.
So Joel Kagulangan will start to play the rookie wearing number 12. Over to Serrano. Serrano against Mojica. Welcome to the second quarter of action. The Archers are looking for their second win in this tournament as Joaquin Manuel knocks down the 3.
Finally getting his first points of the ball game. He did start this game talking about Joaquin Manuel. I saw a little jet there on that shot by Joaquin.
Mojica. Manlapas. Shot clock reads 10. Mojica, no hesitation, no problem. That's a 3.
And this is the confidence that they have. Talking about the role players of Adamson. Yes, we will talk about Chauca, Hanmisi, Duanga, but Mojica, Manlapas, and the rest of the Falcons also. Kumbaga umaambag din sila.
AP Manlapas. Substitution for the Soaring Falcons.
And look at this, Encho Serrano calling Joaquin Manuel, and Joaquin Manuel ready to fire from the outside. His first 3-pointer of the ball game. Kabila naman, Manlapas to Mojica. No hesitation whatsoever.
And then back to live action. Kagulangan trying to send it to Bates. Camacho has it. Camacho on the move. Oh, blocked by Brandon Bates. That shot was erased. Baltazar is fouled by Zaldivar.
Defense to offense for Brandon Bates. Look at this, not giving up. Even though Camacho is athletic, Brandon Bates with the height advantage.
That's his first foul. 3
getting that ball up in the air, meeting him upstairs. And on the other end, Justin Baltazar, foul on him, 2 free throws.
That's our McDonald's instant replay. So the foul was against Zaldivar. And this will mean 2 free throws for Justin Baltazar. Over 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Justin Baltazar had a great tournament last season. And that's why, you know, when you're coming off a great tournament, the expectations naturally tataas yan. And so, very high expectations for Baltazar, who quite the steady mid-range shooter and does all the dirty work inside.
Oh, for sure, Justin Baltazar. And like what you said, last season, 13.4 points a game, along with 9.6 rebounds, already averaging close to a double-double. But, you know, you can expect or you assume that Justin will take it a step higher because, you know, just the maturity of Justin.
Just a 4-point game in favor of Adamson. 8.5 to go in quarter number 2. Offensive foul against the Soaring Falcons.
Good defense there para sa LaSalle.
That's his first foul. 4 on the Soaring Falcons.
Little obvious there on that illegal screen. But if you're a screener and Jerica Hanmisi has the ball, you're going to do everything to get Jerica Hanmisi free.
Kagulangan is hurt. He's hurt. He cannot put weight on his foot, and he'll have to be replaced.
Substitution for the
He might have stepped on someone as he was dribbling in the backcourt because he just started limping.
I don't know if it's his thigh. I think not Charlie Horse or ankle. Hopefully not the knee though. But like I think there was a collision. And Joel Kagulangan, high school champion with the LaSalle Green Hills, and took his talents to, you know, the seniors division here with LaSalle.
Here's what happened between Joshua Hierro and Kagulangan. Ooh. Let's hope it's nothing serious, and we're certainly hoping for the best for Joel Kagulangan. Meantime, Joaquin Manuel hits a 3-point shot.
Joaquin Manuel finding his stroke here in the second quarter. 2 3-pointers. The confidence is there. The swagger is there para dito kay Joaquin Manuel.
It's just a 1-point game with 7:56 remaining in the second period. Zaldivar inside. So a chance for the Green Archers to grab the lead after trailing by as many as 12. Bates was not ready for that pass. Meantime, Hierro, wild pass. Anmisi secures it. Zaldivar back to Anmisi. Shot clock reads 13. Anmisi to Mojica from the corner. Can't get the bounce. Rebound for Baltazar.
That's a good shot for Adamson after a couple of wild passes from both teams. Mojica open for the 3. Unfortunately, not hitting.
Serrano against Mojica. Shot clock reads 10. Serrano to Baltazar. That's his shot. Yes, sir!
There you go. Hasn't hit the perimeter jump shot, but from the 3-point line, walang problema para kay Justin.
Jollibee 100% the amazing move for Justin Baltazar, and the Archers are on top, 26-24. Back inside the United Center in Antipolo, where the Green Archers have engineered a 13-3 run to not only get back in this game, they're actually on top, 26-24.
It's been Justin Baltazar and Joaquin Manuel. Manuel with 6 points in the quarter, Justin with 5. And Jamie Malonzo is back on the floor.
Camacho to Fermin. Fermin against Baltazar. Turnaround for Aaron Fermin is good.
The skill set of Aaron Fermin, the rookie from Arellano, and the fearlessness to go against Justin Baltazar.
Look at Fermin and Baltazar going at it.
There you go, a little too aggressive there for the rookie.
Sabi ni referee Alan Barria, okay, that's just about enough. Kanino ko pa kayo pinapanood? I have to put a stop to this, so foul on Aaron Fermin.
Nagbibigyan pa nung una, pero dito, just the IQ at yung gulang. Siya na yung nakasakit, siya pa yung na-foul para kay Justin.
I think in that instance, the veteran gets the benefit of the doubt.
Kumaga sabi ni Justin, ginagawa ko rin dati yan nung bago ko. And again, Justin finding his stroke here in the second quarter. 6 points for him so far. The same as this guy.
You can smile, Joaquin. Go ahead. You were a big reason for that 13-3 run.
2 3-pointers.
And the defense.
Oh yeah, the defense too on Jerick Hanmisi. Jerick medyo na-shackle ng LaSalle. 2 points.
Quiet.
Oh, quiet 2 points.
Quiet here in the first half.
Also Valchaco after those 2 3-pointers.
Fermin has that shot. Rebound, Malonzo. Malonzo to Caracun. To Serrano. Serrano to Brandon Bates for 2.
And finally around Twice before that, they tried to get the ball down low to Brandon Bates, but this time, Encho Serrano making sure makukuha ni Brandon Bates and the finish for the big guy.
Approaching the halfway mark of the second quarter, and Chauca will miss the three. Rebound for Bates.
What a second quarter here for LaSalle, up by 4.
Serrano, blocked by Camacho. And Misi, the Chauca. 3-on-1 break. And Camacho will miss.
Medyo minamalas na dito ang Adamson. They need to find a way to get the ball in the hole, especially now, down by 4, halfway through the second.
Baltazar. Oh, nice smooth layup for Justin Baltazar.
And this is what we were saying coming off that 6-point performance in their last game. Justin Baltazar, the sense of urgency.
32-26, Archers on top. And Misi, the Chauca. And a foul is spotted here.
Holding foul on number 2, Encho Serrano.
Justin Baltazar against Simon Camacho.
Substitution for the scoring
Just
Falcons.
bullying his way down low, and that reverse, the silky finish down low for Justin.
I really like yung sobrang kalmado ni Justin. Like you never see him panic. You never see him yung parang natatara.
14
No,
seconds.
stoic face. This is the same face he had when he scored 6 points in their last game. He was struggling. Ngayon, okay siya. Gumaganda na ulit.
We've hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint here in the second quarter. Chauca pulling up for 3. So back-to-back misses from Rainbow Country for Chauca.
And LaSalle doing a better job challenging those outside shots for Val Chauca, just putting a hand on the face of Val.
Double team on Baltazar. Nice find. Bates. Bates again. No, but he will take 2 free throws.
Sorry, missed the first time for Brandon Bates. Again, nice find for Justin
Foul
Baltazar.
on number
The
10,
presence of
Simon
mind and the
Camacho.
interior passing. And they've done a good job
Mandatory
setting
timeout.
Brandon Bates up here today.
4:34 remaining in the second quarter. Brandon Bates and the rest of the Green Archers are on top. 32-26. Let's focus on Encho Serrano. This was his performance against the FEU Tamaraos.
And again, this has been the problem for LaSalle all season long. Only 12 bench points in their last game. 7th in the league in terms of bench scoring. But Encho Serrano, one of those guys that you can expect that will be aggressive entering ball games. But here in the second quarter, though, 17-5 for DLSU. So, di nagkukulang ng firepower in DLSU. You just have to find ways to make it work.
Well, they certainly found a way to neutralize Jerica and Misi, as Misi has been quiet. Chauca has been quiet in the second quarter, but Baltazar, he's making noise with his offense and defense. As Chauca finds Moica from the corner. Good tap by Camacho. 12 to shoot for the Falcons. Chauca, top shot, high looper. Chauca again, but could not secure the basketball.
The length of Malonzo challenging that shot.
Sidestep by Karaput. Bodies flying all over the court. bullet pass to Camacho, and Camacho will score.
What a pass there for Jerica Hanmisi, known as a shooter, known as a scorer, but will find ways to help his team out.
Still a 5-point lead for the Green Archers with under 4 minutes remaining in the second period.
Justin
Baltazar. After making the shot, tinignan pa si Aaron Fermin. Rookie, I just took you to school with that Wada Flakes kakaibang move.
I love this matchup here. Vet versus rookie. Ang nakakandaan doon, Fermin is not backing down.
Oh, 2 misses here. Moika again. And gets it on yet another try. And Eji Moika cuts down that LaSalle lead to 5.
Miscommunication on the box out there for LaSalle, leaving Mojica wide open for that putback.
Baltazar. And the ball hit the foot of Justin Baltazar.
Substitution for
Look
the
at this
Green
move.
Archers. Substitution for the
He
Soaring
wanted
Falcons.
Aaron Fermin, asked for the clear out. Like what you said, I'ma take you to school. Show us your back, Mr. Baltazar. And the taunt.
Kagatlabi
Oo.
si Justin.
15 points though.
Wow, that's why. That's why
Oh,
he was
kakatlabi.
really pumped up.
Plus 11 along with 6 rebounds and the block.
Kakasabi lang natin, stoic nga itong si
Oo,
Justin, pero
nanggigil eh.
Chauka on the right side. Chauka for 3. Nope. Way off. The ball will go back to the Green Archers.
Not the best shot there for Val Chauca. Struggling to find his stroke here in the second. He was in foul trouble. He did make 2 3-pointers in the first. But after getting a second foul, medyo nanlamig na si Val Chauca.
So not a good sign for Adamson. Chauka and Hanmisi now very quiet on offense.
Only 8 points between the two.
Joaquin Manuel to Bates. Extra pass to Malonzo. Got it. That's a 3.
I was going to say even Jamie Malonzo hasn't been hitting. But there you go. First points of the ball game, Jamie Malonzo.
Approaching the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. Archers on top by 8. A tough shot by Hanmisi.
And LaSalle doing a better job helping out once maiwan yung primary defender nito si Hanmisi and Val Chauca.
Substitution for the Green Archers.
Second personal against Joaquin Manuel. The second team foul against the Green Archers. Chauca will go back to the bench. Jerome Lastimosa is back on the court.
This is what we were saying. Started out this game hot, 2 of 3 from the field, and since then, after his second foul, 0-4 na.
Jerica Hanmisi shooting over Jamie Malonzo. That's tough.
You gotta
That's
put
a tough 3-point shot.
You gotta put that ball high enough to go through Jamie Malonzo's hands.
38-33. LaSalle on top. Back in a moment. Well, Jerica Hanmisi had to put a high looping touch to that shot because it was challenged by Jamie Malonzo and he knocked it down. 5-point game with under 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Moica on the right side. Lastimosa against Melesio. Shot clock down to 9. Lastimosa with nowhere to go. Moica. Shot clock down to 4. Anisi for 3.
Good defense for LaSalle, pressuring the basketball, make it tough for them to get a good look at the hoop and force Jerica and Misi to a tough three-pointer.
1 minute and 20 to go. A swipe here, and Mojica traveled. He forgot to dribble. That was a 3-0 break.
Bumuelo.
And Edgy Mojica, I think, was thinking about dunking it, and as he was thinking about it, he forgot to dribble.
I think he watches too much NBA for Mojica.
I think, the only guy who can get away with that is LeBron James.
And not that slow too. Medyo bumagal kasi siya, kaya nahalata eh.
So a tough break there for the Falcons. 1 minute remaining in the second quarter. Ralph Koo. Nice pass to Lapud. Oh, almost but not quite.
Sorry, missed there down low for Lapud. So 2 opportunities on both ends. Hindi na score.
Meantime, Camacho finds Anmisi. Under a minute remaining in the second quarter. Anmisi on the move. Camacho. The steal by the Archers. Malonzo. Open court. Malonzo for 2.
And this time making sure Jamie Malonzo earlier. Nadulas this time, no problem.
With a pure gold always Panalo move.
Again, he saw Jerome Lastimosa in front of him, getting the forward pass. He saw it, he had that height advantage, but this time taking his time, the patience, the contact, and the conversion, and one opportunity for Jamie Malonzo.
I actually get nervous every time Jamie Malonzo has the ball. Tatawid na siya ng half court, tapos open court. Because I feel someone's in danger of being destroyed.
Especially here in the second quarter, 62% for LaSalle. Now, kinakabahan ako for the guy in front of him.
Exactly. Someone's self-esteem is about to be affected. Kurt Lohera back in the ball game for the Archers.
Sayang, di ba? If Mojica had converted on that fast break play, they would have cut this lead back down to 2 points.
Instead, the Archers are on top 41-33. Under 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Lastimosa. Touch passing by the Falcons. Camacho, Mojica, 4-3. Rebound by Lohera.
And LaSalle has been playing way better defense here in the second quarter.
5 seconds remaining in the second period. Ralph Koo for 3. And that will end the second period with the Archers on top, 41-33. Great turnaround by the Green Archers, engineering a 13-3 run early in the quarter, and they're on top at the half. We'll be back with more from the United Center in Antipolo. You're watching the UAAP on SNA. the half here in Antipolo. The DLSU Green Archers used a great effort, turned things around in the second quarter after trailing by as many as 12, and they now lead this game 41-33. Our PS Bankable fan of the game is one of those happy fans. Deposit checks in a snap with PS Bank Mobile. Download now. Kapamilya, commute warrior ka ba? Sa ABS-CBN TV Plus Go, masusurvive mo ang stress ng araw-araw na traffic, haba ng pila, at hassle ng commute. Catch the UAAP live as it airs. No data charges while watching. Follow TV Plus Go on Facebook to know more. Show support for your team. Shop now for official licensed UAAP merchandise at www.uaapstore.com. And catch all the UAAP 82 men's basketball action on iWant. Just download the iWant app or go to iwant.ph/sports. Watch the games live and on Only Replay anytime, anywhere. Once again, halftime score, 41 for the Green Archers, 33 for the Soaring Falcons. We'll be back with more action. This is the UAAP on SNA. Back in the Inari Center in Antipolo, where the Green Archers are on top, 41-33 over the Adamson Soaring Falcons. The Archers looking for win number 2 here in Season 82, while the Falcons looking for win number 4. What did you see, Mikey, from that first half of play?
Well, from the first quarter, from the get-go, the Adamson Soaring Falcons starting out hot, ending with a 21-15 advantage after the first frame. As we see here, Justin Baltazar just keeping at it, grinding himself out after that 6-point performance from their last game. And guys like Moika stepping up for Adamson, but it was that 26-12 second quarter that really gave LaSalle this big cushion entering halftime.
Joaquin Manuel also putting the shackles on Jerica and Nisi. So even if Eji Moika led Adamson with 7 points in the first half, LaSalle clearly following their game plan, and so the guys like Manuel, ambag-ambag sila, and then you have Baltazar leading the way with 15 points.
Especially holding Lenda Duanca, Val Chauca, and Jerome Lastimosa to 0 points in that second quarter. And 23 out of the 26 points came from, like who you said, Baltazar, Manuel, and Malonzo. So the three-headed monster after this highlight play again for Jamie Malonzo, which will probably make his rounds again in the social media. As we look at this, the DLSU Green Archers 41-33 at the half, first quarter scoring versus the second quarter field goals. Kitang-kita yung difference for both teams, 40% to 26% for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Sa kabila naman, 31 to a whopping 57%. 26 points, 57% in the second quarter for the DLSU Green Archers. Also, the Archers have been a lot more aggressive, getting to the line 16 times. On the other side, only 5 for the Soaring Falcons. And the turnover story also, medyo may lapses here and there for both teams, but still 11-8, an efficient ball game for both teams. And also, Justin Baltazar, again, the sense of urgency is there. 15 points already in the first half. Again, 6 points in their last game, in their last loss against FEU. Also in rebounding, Justin Baltazar, our 4th top leading rebounder in the league with 6 assist department, and Chosirano with 4. On the other side, no Val Chauca, no Jerica and Misi, no Lenda Duanga. Mojica has been leading them with 7 points. Pero si Lendel Duanga, 8 rebounds, and AP Manlapas with 2 assists.
Speaking of the Adamson Soaring Falcons, let's find out what Franz Pomanen discussed with his players at the half. Let's go to Rain Matienza. Rain?
Miko and Mikey, this is exactly what Coach Franz Pomanen was warning the Falcons about, and that is allowing the win-hungry DLSU Green Archers take the lead. Another thing he warned them about was Aljon Melesio being open and taking those threes, and he did not even see the Falcons contest to those shots. Defensively, the Falcons are admittedly becoming tentative, and Coach needs them to be aggressive in forcing those turnovers. Lastly, what he wants them to do is to come off a relaxed state of mind and make that extra pass happen so that they could secure better shots. That's it from the Falcon dugout. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Rain. Coach Franz Pomanen telling his players to have a more relaxed state of mind. They certainly did not look relaxed in that second period.
And that's what Coach Franz Pomanen does. Prevention is the best medicine, because Aljon Melesio has 0 points at the half, pero iniwarn na niya yung team niya that they have to challenge those shots.
Let's go to the LaSalle side. Ayana Perlas was there in the locker room. Ayana, what happened?
Miko and Mikey, konting tiyaga. No one said this was going to be easy, but we can do this as a team, is what Coach Gian Nazario first told the boys upon entering the dugout. Now, even with the lead, the dugout was still filled with frustration, as Coach Jermaine Berg noticed that the Archers are still having a hard time matching Adamson's aggressiveness, which is why he reminded the boys to keep hustling, keep fighting, and show them what they are good at, and that is their team defense, which leads to fast break opportunities. Now, before today's game, the team prepared earlier than the usual as they worked on numerous offensive sets in their one-on-one defense, which was translated in the first half and needs to be continued in the second. Now, just an update on my Michael Golangan. It was just the impact that hurt his right ankle, but with just a little more stretching, he will be able to see action in the second half. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Ayana. That is certainly fantastic news that Joe Kagulangan will be back after he got injured in that first half. Thank you, Ayana, for that comprehensive report. This LaSalle team, they want to sustain that energy when we start the second half. So we'll bring you the second half between the Archers and the Falcons when our coverage continues. Right now, let's watch the Coho creating beautiful plays as Manuel goes to Bates to Malonzo from the corner. That is beautiful ball movement, leading to a beautiful shot for Jamie Orme Malonzo.
Ball movement and player movement for the LaSalle Green Archers, and this is what we were saying. We know they can play. Consistency na lang hinahanap in the way they sustain, but this is the first time this season that they will enter the second half with the lead. Well, all their losses.
It's the start of the third quarter.
Finally, they're going to enter the second half with the lead, and we'll see if Adamson can make another big comeback like what they did against UST.
It's good that you're covering this game because you also covered the LaSalle FEU game.
The LaSalle UE game.
And the LaSalle UE game.
They both had bad. Kaya nga nung nakita ko ni Coach JB, parang nahihiya ako eh.
Oh no, it's you again. No, so if I were to ask you, anong nakikita mong difference from the way the Archers played against FEU and the way the Archers are playing now?
Well, this is the best basketball that I've seen them play. Well, at least in the first half. In both those games, they entered the second half again down by double digits. But here, second quarter pa lang, you saw that sense of urgency from all their players. And fortunately for them also, Lenda Duanga had 2 fouls in which they outscored Adamson by 16 when Duanga was on the bench that whole second quarter.
Vince Magbuhos with a drive, and there's a foul spotted here against the Archers.
Holding foul on number 6, Joaquin Manuel. That's his third foul.
Third personal foul against Joaquin Manuel. The first team foul against the Archers here in the third period. The Falcons begin the third quarter with Val Chauca, Lenda Duanga, Jerica Admisi, Simon Camacho, and Vince Magbuhos. Duanga with a runner. Rebound ends up with Malonzo, who joins Melesio, Manuel, Caracot, and Justin Baltazar on the court for LaSalle. 12 to shoot. Baltazar, he was sensational in that first half. Jump hook won't work. Chauca has the basketball.
That's the effect of Alenda Duanga trying to guard Justin Baltazar. A tough shot for Justin there.
Loose ball foul here against the Archers. Duanga, handoff, Chauca. Chauca inside. Camacho chases the ball, but could not chase it in time. Turnover against the Falcons.
Semi-wild pass there for Val Chauca, who hasn't really found his rhythm since sitting down with those 2 early fouls.
I haven't seen him hit an off-balance layup.
Kanina off-balance 3-pointer pa eh.
So meantime, the Archers are protecting this 41-33 advantage. 8.5 remaining in the third period. Steal by Camacho. Camacho against Baltazar. Camacho drives too strong.
And again, the experience of Justin Baltazar pulling the chair. Dito kay Camacho, nagulat si Camacho doon. Medyo wild yung naging attempt niya.
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
So Val Chauca will start the play here for the Falcons. Camacho is in motion. Camacho underneath. Camacho blocked. Bates gets the rebound. Oh, what a play! Melesio to Caracot.
And we've seen that numerous times. Again, Melesio, Caracot, fast break play.
For a Domino's Pizza, what a delivery play. Oh, that's the product of years of playing together. Meantime, here's Duanga. And contact there and a foul spotted on Melesio.
And you gotta love the intensity of Aljon Melesio here entering the second half. Challenged by Val Chauca, pressuring the basketball, even off the ball, trying to deny Val Chauca. But look at this again. Years of playing together, the hook pass, shovel pass over to Andre Caracot, and Andre Caracot just knowing what to do with that finish.
Meantime, Anmisi on the move. Runner is good.
That's good for
And the skill of Jerica and Misi. And of course, that soft stroke, that soft floater that's been in his bag for the past years here with Adamson.
Third foul for the Green Archers.
Third personal foul on Jamie Orme Malonzo. And a bonus free throw here for Jeric Ahanmisi.
Bonus free throw for Jeric Ahanmisi.
5 points in that first half.
Could not connect on the bonus free throw. That's why the Archers are still ahead by 8 points as we approach the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. Baltazar, handoff, Malonzo, and Malonzo is fouled.
Again, aggressiveness for Jamie Malonzo. Trying to get to the free throw line,
Foul on
trying to
number
get
10,
extra
Simon
points.
Camacho. That's a second foul, 1 on the Soaring Falcons.
Maverick, Ahanmisi.
And the head
Two
of the
shots for
Ahanmisi
Jamie
clan,
Malonzo.
Daddy Victor,
I'm sure he's very proud of both his sons.
si Tito Vic.
Tito Vic.
Tito Vic Ahanmisi. Meantime, Jamie Orme Malonzo is on the line.
Substitution
And he
for the
makes
Soaring
it a
Falcons.
10-point game for the Archers, 45-35, with 7:22 remaining in the third quarter.
And the biggest thing that LaSalle has been doing is, again, trying to make it tough for Val Chalca and Jeric Ahanmisi. Both of them combined have averaged 31 points a game. Today, combined only 13. So that's the biggest difference today with the defense of LaSalle.
Chauca calling the play. Duwanga way outside. Ahanmisi is in motion. Ahanmisi to Camacho. Camacho with a drive. Chauca saves it to Duwanga, and Duwanga is fouled.
Good defense there for LaSalle, although
Holding
Val
foul on
Chalca
number
not giving
19,
up on the play,
Justin
saving the
Baltazar
basketball. Right place,
That's
right
his
time for
first foul.
Duwanga.
Are they calling the same play?
Oo nga, no? Kailangan natin tanong, ano yung ear?
Or are there a lot of ear plays
Waka.
na ginagamit ngayon sa basketball? Parang short play.
Baka nanonood si Coach Gian nung nasa LaSalle si
Oo.
Coach Franz. But Coach Franz Pumaren, when I was growing up, was one of the guys that I would have loved to play for. And now the opportunity for Jeric Ahanmisi, even Val Chalca, for just one season to play under Coach Franz Pumaren.
How much adjustment would you have had to make if, let's say, na kay Coach Franz ka pumunta?
Kailangan kumapal yung balat mo. Kailangan kumapal. Because he will get on you. I saw him, like, I practiced for him for one summer and I saw how he was on his players, but it was all love for Coach Franz Pumaren.
Meantime, here's Ahanmisi, the soft touch, and the rebound ends up with Melesio. Melesio on the move. Melesio, no. That was blocked by Camacho.
Good defense there for Simon Camacho, using his legs to get in front of Arjun Melesio and the length to block that shot.
Chauca to Mojica. Oh, good play.
Good cut there for Mojica. Medyo he caught Baltazar blinking on that play.
And Mojica did not blink because he's our Manolife Vision player of the game. Mojica and the Falcons still trailing by 8. We'll be back in a moment. 6:29 remaining here in the third quarter. The Archers are on top, 45-37.
And although Valchauco and Han Misi have been struggling, Mojica, 9 points, 8 points above his average. 7 points total in their first 4 games. Today, 9 points for Mojica.
Sorry miss for Brandon Bates. By the way, Keyshawn Meeker is in the game for the first time. And there's a foul inside against Bates.
That's another sorry miss for Brandon
Holding
Bates,
foul
and
on
you see
number
the
32,
frustration
Brandon Bates,
on his
penalty.
face. Yeah,
That's
he's
his
had a
first
couple of
foul.
gimmies down low that he didn't convert in the first half. But you gotta love the confidence that the Archers have with Brandon Bates,
Two free
continuing to
throws
get
for
him the basketball at the
Duanga.
right spots on the floor, usually underneath.
First free throw is a miss for Lenda Duanga. By the way, the Archers already hitting the limit
Disconcerting the shooter. Two
with
free throws for
6:03
Lenda
remaining
Duanga.
in the third period. The Falcons, meanwhile, only with one team fouled. And second free throw here for Lenda Duanga. It's been a slow scoring day for him.
All those 4 points in the first quarter. Also, foul trouble in the first affected his start. Same as Valchauco, but here 5 points. We'll see how they fare in the second half.
Well, the Falcons are staying within striking distance here, down by just 6 points. Karakut, hang time. And Karakut was fouled.
And Andre Karakut continuing to put his head
Foul
down.
on number 55.
Doesn't really
Lenda
matter who's right in
Duanga.
front of him. This
That's
time,
his first
challenging
foul. Two on the Soaring
Lenda
Falcons.
Duanga. No one smaller than Lenda Duanga, but Karakut with reckless abandon going all the way. 2 free throws will reward it to the 5th-year guard.
2 shots for Andre Karakut.
Inaan sa experience.
Oo, kinikili shot eh.
Third personal foul on Lenda Duanga. Out of 2 for Karakut. 7-point ball game here in the third quarter. Chauka and Misi. And Misi to Chauka. Chauka pulling up. Gets the bounce.
That's a good shot there for Valchauco, and good also for his confidence, finding his stroke here midway through the third quarter. And again, he scored 7 points in that last run against UST.
Archers, they're on top by 5. As we approach the halfway mark of the third quarter. Oh, blocked by Duanga. Baltasar to Malonzo. Malonzo for 3. Short.
Oh, what a pass there for Justin Baltazar. Cross court to an open Jamie Malonzo. Unfortunately, not connecting from the outside.
And we just hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Duanga against Bates. Shot clock down to 9. Duanga turnaround, no go.
And that's a shot I can live with. If I was LaSalle, I would give Lenda Duanga that shot all game long.
Karakut against Boyka. Baltazar. They left him open. Duanga with a rebound. Falcons down by 5. Camacho, he needs help. And Misi, 4-3. Yes, sir!
This is when Adamson is dangerous. Valchauco, Jerica and Misi.
Jerica and Misi with a Jollibee 100%. The amazing move. 46-44, Archers up by 2. The Adamson Soaring Falcons are using a 7-1 run to get back in this game. They're down by just 2.
Look at this. Jerican Misi, you can't give him that much airspace even if he hasn't shot the ball well today. And his dad, pati siya nagtaka. Ba't mo binigyan ng gano'n? Tito Vic.
Tito Vic and DC. Approve na approve. 2-point game. Archers holding on to this lead with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pass inside, intercepted by Duanga. Chauca has it. Chauca to Anisi for the lead.
Well, that would have been big for Jerican Misi, but that was a heat check. So forgivable yun para kay Coach Franz.
Enjo Serrano, 4-3. Off the mark. That's another rebound for Duanga. And Camacho ties the game at 46 with Boyson points in the paint.
And the Duanga 11 rebounds here today, and he has been a big part of those Adamson runs.
Serrano, Baltazar lost the ball. But the ball will go back to the Green Archers. Great hustle, however, for Val Chauca. 3 and 12 remaining in the third quarter. We're tied at 46. Will be, as we check our McDonald's instant replay, Baltazar will lose it. Val Chauca will die for it, but will run out of bounds. But great effort, great energy by the Falcons here in the third. Back in the, will continue action here with 3 and 12 remaining in the third period. Meeker for 3.
Not the best shot selection here for LaSalle. One three-pointer from Encho and then the other from Meeker.
And a pull-up by Anisi. Rebound for Malonzo. To Meeker. And Meeker traveled.
Rushing was Meeker when he caught that basketball. One of the 3 one-and-done players for LaSalle as Coach JB is looking on, frustrated, obvious in his face.
Let's see if the Falcons can shatter this deadlock with under 3 minutes left in the third period. And Misi is in motion. And Misi against Malonzo. Shot clock down to 10. Chauca goes left. Chauca to Duanga. Duanga reverse, and he is fouled.
That's the easiest drop pass for any player. Is not passing the ball down low, but high up to Lenda Duanga in the presence of mind of Val Chauca. Beating Meeker off the step, off the first step, and leaving it or lobbing it up to Lenda Duanga down low. And this whole third quarter was, I believe, an effect of Lenda Duanga back on the floor because not only offensively giving space for the shooters, namely Val Chauca and of course Jerican Misi, but on the defensive end, when Lenda Duanga was on the bench in that second quarter, that's when Justin Baltazar went berserk with 11 points in the quarter. And here in the third, Justin Baltazar has yet to score.
A split on the line from Duanga. The lead is back with the Falcons. 47-46 as we approach the last 2 minutes of the third period. Meeker to Malonzo. Malonzo to Baltazar. Too strong. Put back no go. And on the second try, Malonzo connects.
Just doing his best is Jamie Malonzo, whether it be effort, creating for your teammates, getting that ball back off of that Baltazar miss.
The lead is back with the Archers, and the lead is back with the Falcons with that layup by Simon Camacho of a PS Bankable assist. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online, no collateral.
And for the nth time here in the third, off-ball defense, nowhere to be found for LaSalle. Another backdoor cut there for Adamson.
Chauca missed the layup. Taps it over to Duanga, and Duanga is fouled.
Look at the IQ there of Val Chauca, using his handles, using his quickness, going up against Keyshawn Meeker, behind the back, and then finding a cutting Camacho down low. Again, no off-ball defense whatsoever for LaSalle. And then on the next play, Again, Valchauca taking Meeker one-on-one, using his handles to get by him. Missing the floater, but tapping it over
To
Lenda Duanga.
You know, when you're guarding Valchauca, kailangan you have to pay. Kasi may dribbling clinic ang
Oo.
panoorin eh.
May show eh. May mixtape kang papanoorin eh.
Duanga. No go. Rebound, Baltazar. Archers down by 1. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Melesio. Baltazar for 3. Yes, sir!
And that's what he needs to do. He needs to pull Lenda Duanga all the way out to the three-point line. Justin Baltazar, 18 points in the game.
Magbuhos is down. Vince Magbuhos is holding on to his left leg.
We're hoping it's nothing serious. We already saw Maymay Kagulangan on the floor earlier in the first half. Always good to see them stand up on their own and walk.
Substitution for the Soaring
That's
Falcons.
Vince Magbuhos walking and then, yep, colliding
Veterano eh.
colliding with the
Substitution
Aljun
for the Green
Melesio.
Tigers.
Smallest man on the floor, Aljun Melesio.
Seconds to shoot.
Meantime, Christian Bernardo is in the game for the first time, replacing Magbuhos as AP Manlapas will miss. And Ralph Koo clears the rebound for the Archers.
Tough shot there for AP Manlapas. A chance here for LaSalle to extend this lead.
With under a minute left in the third quarter, Baltazar, he has space. Instead, he twirls and he attacks and he will go to the free throw line.
Again, pulling Lenda Duanga out to the perimeter. Justin Baltazar then using his
Foul on
quickness,
number
his
19,
speed.
Ichimoika.
Drop
That's his
step
third
all
foul.
the way.
3 on the
No other
Soaring
choice
Falcons.
but to foul him.
Substitution for the Soaring Falcons.
You know, if you're a big guy and you're built like Baltazar and you have that outside shot, you can learn a lot just by watching Justin Baltazar go to work.
Very, very
It
true.
was Justin Baltazar.
Because the length, the skill set is there. Yes, you can overpower him down low, but once he gets that basketball from 18, 20 feet, then you're at his mercy. $18 points, 19 points so far. A far cry from a
Substitution for
6-point
the Green
performance
Archers.
against the FEU.
He really wanted to bounce back. Because,
Pero hindi kita sa mukha niya eh. Pareho lang.
depende. Pag si Permin nasa loob.
Yung
Which he is
nagigigil
now.
siya.
Well,
Nilabas muna.
Kaya lang nilabas si Baltazar. 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Jerome Lastimosa to Manlapas. Back to Lastimosa. 13 to shoot. Lastimosa pulls up and can't get the bounce. Rebound for Brandon Bates.
Good shot there though for Jerome Lastimosa with that step back.
Melesio looking at the clock. They have 13 seconds to work with. Melesio says, I got this. 7 seconds to shoot. Melesio fakes, fires, no go. Bates has it, 1 second to shoot. Lohera, no. And they'll review that shot. Ralph Koo.
Basket is good for Ralph Koo.
I don't think umabot.
Let's watch this. Lohera, 2 seconds to go, 1 second to go. He launches it. And Ralph Koo is there. Nope.
Binaba pa,
Yep,
binaba
not in
pa.
time. That was a good attempt, but not in time.
Two opportunities there, one from Aljun Melesio, and then the next one covering the basketball was Brandon Bates para kay Kurt Lohera.
Referee Mike Tolentino taking a careful look at that last play. And he says, this is a lengthy discussion here with referee Alan Barria. There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No count.
basket at the end of
And
the
that
third quarter. Our
officially
score
ends the third
is
quarter.
52-49 in favor of
With
the
the Green
Dallas
Archers
University
holding on to a
Archers.
52-49 lead over the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Thank you so much for joining us for our live coverage of the UAAP on SNA, on I1, on Liga, on TFC.tv. Nico Alili with Mikey Reyes, Ayana Perlas, and Rain Matienzo. Taking care of today's broadcast duties. Look at the quarter scoring. It is 52-49. Archers are ahead by 3. And let's take a look at Mikey's notes for this game.
Well, obviously in that third quarter, there's the re-entry of Lenda Duanga that led that comeback for Adamson. Lenda, although 3 points, 4 rebounds in that third quarter, it was his activity down low on both offense and defense. And trying to hold off Justin Baltazar, who did have 2 baskets or 4 points the last portion of that third quarter. But ultimately, that third quarter, Lenda Duanga did a good job on Justin.
Shot clock down to 7. Kurt Lohera. Bullet pass for Brandon Bates. And the ball will go to the Falcons. And the Falcons, they have AP Manlapas, Jerome Lastimosa, Jerica Nisi, Christian Bernardo, and Lenda Duanga.
And LaSalle continuing to set up Brandon Bates. Although Brandon Bates, medyo minamalas talaga all game long.
And Misi is open for 3. Furious battle for that basketball. It ends up with Manlapas. Manlapas to Lastimosa. Lastimosa with a runner. Melesio has it. Melesio steps on the gas and he is fouled.
A little weird for me to say with 9 minutes left in this game, but Adrian Melesio has the chance to get on the scoreboard for LaSalle. 0 points in the first 3 quarters, but here being aggressive to the delight. Well, talking about aggressiveness and intensity.
Sure, he's in the
Oo nga,
parang galit na galit eh.
If I was 1-3, medyo ano din talaga.
But you know, as Melesio misses the first free throw, as Ayana Perlas told us earlier,
Iba daw na.
she has not seen Coach Jermaine Bird get upset.
I've seen him upset.
You've seen him
Just
upset.
now.
Eh baka masaya siya
Oo,
doon.
masaya pa
Mukha
siya.
lang galit.
Pero sabi ni Ayana, he doesn't get upset, he doesn't get mad. Pero 3 hours daw tumatakbo pag-practice yung LaSalle.
Iba pala siya magalit.
Paparamdam niya sa'yo.
Oo.
And LaSalle currently on a 5-0 run after the 2 missed free throws of Lenda Duanga. So, sayang.
As Duanga loses the ball, we'll go back to the Archers.
But you have to commend the defense of Brandon Bates, although he has been ineffective on the offensive end. On the defensive end, though, making it tough for Lenda Duanga, making him work for his points.
Here's Melesio, blocked by Lastimosa.
And that's what Lastimosa does. A pesky defender na iwan na. Humabol pa was Lastimosa.
15 to shoot for the Falcons. They're down by 4 points. Lastimosa goes left. Lastimosa to Manlapas. Manlapas pulling up. Challenged by Joaquin Manuel, and Bernardo could not save the basketball.
Again, good defense.
Substitution for the Green
The part of
Archers.
Lasal. Joaquin Manuel challenging that jumper from AP Manlapas. Andre
Substitution for
Caracot,
the
the fifth-year
Soaring
guard, comes back in. Out goes Melesio. In comes Val Chauca.
Simon Camacho also back in the ball game, replacing Christian Bernardo. Bates handoff to Lohera. Lohera all the way for two.
Crafty move there for Lohera.
A Yamaha Mio #1 move.
The hop step and the Euro and the finish for Kurt Lohera.
And the Archers are on top, 55-49. Back in a moment. Checking out our video coaches' winning ways. Coach Franz Pumaren hoping to lead Adamson to win #4. But right now they're trailing by 6 with 8 and 11 remaining in the ball game.
And they will need to make a big run here, talking about Adamson. Down by 6.
Oh, steal by Lohera. Lohera to Caracot. They're joined by Joaquin Manuel, Ralph Koo, and Brandon Bates. Lohera to Caracot, being chased by Lastimosa. Caracot blocked by Lastimosa.
Again, Lastimosa with 2 defensive plays, blocking both Melesio and Caracot.
And here's Chauca. There's that trademark off-balance layup. Ralph Koo. Bounce pass for Caracot. Turnover.
Couple of
Substitution for the Green Archers.
hindi magagandang possession for both teams the past few minutes as Balti comes back in. 18 points in the ballgame, 19 points in the ballgame, along with 10 rebounds. His counterpart, yung pinag-usapan nating matchup earlier on, Lenda Duanga, 7 points, 13 rebounds. So an exciting matchup so far between these two big men.
Camacho. Chauca. Chauca down to 10. And Misi for 3. Gets the bounce.
No hesitation whatsoever for Jerica Hanmisi.
Hey, Jollibee 100%. Amazing move.
5 of 12 from the field, 13 points. And the first basket in 6 minutes for Adamson.
And that will cut down LaSalle's lead to 3. With under 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Baltazar against Duanga. Baltazar on the move, off the glass.
What a move there for Bounty Baltazar again, using his quickness against Lenda Duanga. And that sweet-looking finish.
Meantime, here's Camacho, and Camacho answers back.
Action starting to pick up here between LaSalle and Adamson. Much needed win for both of them.
Still a 3-point game in favor of the Archers. Karakut can't connect. Rebound picked up by Duanga. Lastimosa to Camacho for two.
You gotta look at the activity of Jerome Lastimosa, not only on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, being aggressive, attacking the basket, creating this time for Camacho for the wide open layup.
And this is just a 1-point game. Baltazar against Duanga. Baltazar going to work. Baltazar, where's he going? Baltazar still has it, turns around. Tapped by Anisi. Camacho to Lastimosa. Lastimosa says, you know what, I'll wait. Why rush? Camacho inside. Good defense by Baltazar. Duanga to Chauca. Shot clock down to 10. Chauca says, relax. I have the ball against Joaquin Manuel. Chauca on the move. And tap out there by Baltazar.
And Joaquin Manuel has been playing solid defense all game long, whether he's up against Ahanisi or Val Chauca, staying in front of Val Chauca.
Majbar, Opar sa saya. Siyempre, masaya yung Adamson because they're battling back here, down by just 1 point. Back to live action, Duanga no! And the ball will go out in favor of the Green Archers.
Would have been the perfect inbound play in that sequence for Adamson. 1 second left on the shot clock, and Val Chauca is throwing it up there for Lenda Duanga. But unfortunately did not connect. Still a 1-point lead for LaSalle.
Karakut on the move. Karakut to Baltazar. And the ball will go out. With 5:01 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Remember, the Archers are at 1-3. The Falcons are at 3-2 in the team standings as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Chauca, bumped by Manuel.
And they continue to make it tough for these two guys.
Fourth personal foul against Joaquin Manuel.
This is a big lineup here for LaSalle. Brandon Bates comes back in along with Jamie Malonzo, Justin Baltazar. You see that front court at yung backcourt din nila. Joaquin Manuel and Andre Caracot. So a big lineup here going up against a small lineup for Adamson. Two-guard lineup with Jerome Lastimosa and Val Chauca. So the chess match continues between Coach JB and Coach Franz.
Chauca zigzagging inside for two.
And there you go, yung acrobatic layup that you've been asking for from Val Chauca.
Walang simpleng layup.
Oo, kailangan pahirapan para kay Val Chauca.
The lead is back with Adamson, 58-57. Joaquin Manuel face-to-face with Val Chauca. Jamie Orme Malonzo. Oh, blocked by Camacho. But the ball ends up with Karakut, and that will be a blocking foul on Chauca.
I was talking about the front court of LaSalle, but look at the front line of Adamson, but look at this.
Checking out on McDonald's instant replay.
The hesitation to keep Brandon Bates behind him and going all the way with one of those signature layups from Val Chauca.
Signature pahirapan layups.
Pag alam na natin yung signature move niya, 4 games pa lang si Val Chauca in the UAAP.
Kailangan komplikado. Meantime, Malonzo could not save the basketball, and so the Falcons will get possession here with 4:13 remaining in the fourth.
This is a big one for the Adamson Falcons as they try to extend this lead with 4 minutes left in the game. At least in this game, hindi na sila naghahabol ng ganong kalaki. Talking about Adamson, the way they did against UST.
4 minutes remaining in the ball game. Lastimosa against Karakut. Lastimosa picked up by Bates. Ahanisi for 3. And the ball ends up with Melesio. Melesio is on the move. Melesio steps on the brakes. Melesio inside, sets up Malonzo. He fakes. He passes to a wide open Karakut for 3. Bates could not get it. Melesio gets it, but he misses, and that will be last touch on the Falcons.
Two missed opportunities there. Two wide open shots between Karakot and Melesio.
Timeout, De La Salle
Now
University.
Chauca with 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Chauca and the Falcons on top by 1, 58-57. Back inside the United Center in Antipolo, and we'll be back here tomorrow as the Ateneo Blue Eagles take on the NU Bulldogs. Will NU finally win? And if they do, what if they do it against Ateneo? That could be quite a game.
14 seconds
And
to
then
shoot.
Red Sabando and the rest of the University Growling Tigers take on the FEU Tamaraos led by Coach Olsen Racela.
That's the type of balance we have here in Season 82. NU the weakest, well, with the 0-4 record. I'm sure Ateneo is still preparing for NU.
That is the most deceiving
Oh,
0-4
0-4.
record
Tatlong 1 point.
because it's
Easily could have been 4-0
the
or
other
3-1.
the other game that wasn't 1 point. I went into overtime. So wow, I mean, I think any UAP fan you talk to, their hearts go out to NU. And I think anyone that's outside of Ateneo will be cheering for NU tomorrow.
Very, very true. Hoping na finally may makuha ang talo ang Ateneo, but it's gonna be an exciting day tomorrow. Pero
Here's Chauca for 3. And the ball will go out. And everybody's pointing a finger in one direction and in the other direction. And the referee says it will be LaSalle basketball.
down by 1 is LaSalle. Or I think
Oh,
they're gonna
technical
review-
foul
Oh,
here.
wow.
Technical foul against, I believe, Coach Franz Pumarin.
Oh, this is a big development, especially with just 3 minutes left.
Falcons for improper bench decorum.
So technical foul on the Adamson bench for improper bench decorum.
3 points for LaSalle here. If Jamie can make this free throw.
Technical free throw for Jamie Malonzo.
That's big considering it's just a 1 point game.
Well, Coach Franz Pumarin still perplexed as to why they were given a technical foul, but the game will continue.
And Aljun Melesio, we were talking about him
Shot clock
struggling
at
here today.
44
Only 1
seconds.
point, no field goal yet. And a season average, a far cry from his 16 points a game season last year.
3 minutes remaining. Karakot. Melesio. Tied ball game at 58. What's new? We've got a close game in the UAAP. Melesio off the glass. It's good.
Aljun Melesio struggling and all. Will take those clutch shots for LaSalle. Narinig ata ako.
And so the lead is back with the Archers. And they get the ball. Melesio has it. Chased by Camacho.
Doing it on both ends of the floor right after we talked about Aljun Melesio's struggles here in today's game. But look at this. Tough shot taker, tough shot maker. The concentration fading right one-handed. Using the glass, using the bank.
Shot clock at 19 seconds.
And on the other end, getting the steal. Pushing the basketball. And here, kita-kita, last touch si Camacho.
Caragon will start the play. Archers on top by 2 as we approach the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. Baltazar, handoff, Melesio. Melesio fires. Nope. Malonzo, offensive rebound. Reset to 10. Melesio calls the play. Baltazar to Melesio. 5 to shoot.
2 minutes
To Baltazar. To Caracol from the corner. And the ball ends up with Melesio. As we enter the PS Bank last 2 minutes, PS Bank pa-send via mobile. Ang padala mo, cash agad in minutes. 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Melesio has it. Melesio lost his balance. And the ball is with Anisi, and there's a foul in the backcourt.
Oh, that was a long possession for LaSalle, but Aljun Melesio again losing his balance.
Holding foul on number 32, Brandon Bates.
As we look at this, that help side defense of Val Chacua is
Timeout,
giving
Adamson
Aljun
University.
Melesio a tough time. And here Brandon Bates just caught up with Jeric Ahanisi.
We'll take this timeout. The Archers are on top by 2, 60-58, 1 and 37 remaining. One minute and 37 seconds remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Coach Jermaine Bird and the Green Archers are holding on to a 2-point lead.
And this is a close game with both teams. Well, we were expecting that both teams will come out with this the sense of urgency, especially after that UP win earlier. Adamson wanting to keep in step with the Fighting Maroons. And on the other end, the LaSalle Green Archers, there's no way they would want to go down 1-4 to start the season.
Anisi, Chauca, Camacho, Duwanga, and Lastimosa are on the floor for Coach Franz Pumarin. They're down by 2. Shot clock reads 14. Anisi is up against Malonzo, picked up by Bates. Anisi sets up Lastimosa. Lastimosa fires and misses. Rebound, Baltazar, 1 minute and 14 remaining.
And that's a good defensive possession for LaSalle, making sure that Jerica Anmisi or Val Chacua wouldn't take the shot for Adamson.
13 to shoot. Malonzo to Bates, back to Malonzo, and now handoff to Caracol. Caracol for 3. Yes, sir!
Andre Caracol, the vet, the senior, the captain ball. What a big shot for Andre, extending this lead to 2 possessions.
5-point ball game in favor of the Green Archers. Chauca for 3, and he is fouled while taking a 3-point shot.
That's the worst that can happen for LaSalle. But first, look at this shot.
Pushing foul
Brandon
on
Bates
number
recovering the
1,
basketball,
Bert
handing it off
That's his first
to
foul.
the steady,
3 on the Green
composed
Archers.
Andre Caracol. And that's where you lean on. That's who you lean on. Moments like this, those types of guys, Andre Caracol, Aljun Melesio on the bench right now. But on the other end, the worst that can happen for LaSalle, a 3-point attempt. 3 free throws.
First free throw goes in for Val Chauca. He has 2 more free throws to take with 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. Second free throw is good. 3-point game in favor of the Archers, and Val Chauca could make it a 2-point game.
Clutch free throws there for Val Chauca.
So 45 seconds remaining here. Algin Melesio is now reinserted in this game. Melesio gets the inbound. They're up by 2. 41 seconds remaining in the fourth. Melesio, handoff, Karakut. Karakut hit a big 3 earlier. Karakut again. Yes, sir! That's a 3!
Back to back for Andre Karakot, starting to take over. The swagger is back with Andre.
Timeout, Adamson University.
Back-to-back 3-point shots, and he's acting like it's nothing. It's good. Archers on top, 66-61, 28 seconds to go.
And look at this, Andre Karakot sizing up Val Chauca. He has that height advantage, just shooting on top of the Falcon. But it was the celebration going back to the bench.
Or the non-celebration.
Oh, last time I saw that was with Kobe against Indiana when he was telling his teammates to chill, I got you.
Because we still have 28 seconds to go, and Karakut does not want to celebrate too early. Although they're on top by 5 points. Lob pass, turnover.
Oh, that's a surprising turnover there for Val Chauca. We were talking about that lob off the inbound to Lenda Duanga, but I didn't see that coming from the sideline.
Andre Karakut, 14 points. 2 of 6 from Rainbow Country. The 2 coming just a moment ago. Back-to-back clutch 3s for Karakut.
Maybe the most important points or bucket of the ball game.
Holding foul on number 3,
There's
Val
a
Chauca.
foul here against the Adamson defense.
Substitutions for the Soaring Falcons.
Chauca committing his 4th personal foul. Neither team in the penalty. Aaron Flowers checking in here for Adamson with 24 seconds remaining.
And we're going to play the free throw game as Adamson will obviously foul the first guy who gets the basketball.
That seems to be the cause of delay here.
But one good thing that is going with Adamson, is LaSalle is dead last when it comes to free throw shooting.
Okay, we're all set to continue this game. 24 seconds remaining in the fourth. The Archers are protecting a 5-point lead, 66-61. And Vince Magbuos comes in for Jerica and Misi. So Franz Moaren doing all his tactical moves, putting all defensive players on the floor, and people who can commit fouls.
Adamson will have to make an even crazier comeback here compared to the one they did against UST.
Melesio has it. And Hierro commits the foul. But they're not yet in the penalty.
One more foul to
Holding
give,
foul on number 6, Joshua Hierro.
or one more foul for Adamson.
Substitution for the Soaring Falcons.
DLSU only averaging 48% from the free throw line. So
That is the 14th
that is
foul
one
of the
thing that
Soaring
Adamson
Falcons.
can bank on.
If LaSalle holds on to this
Shot clock
lead,
at
they will go up
19
2 and
seconds.
3. Let's see what they do here.
Oh, no.
Unsportsmanlike foul.
Oh, you can't foul away from the basketball with 2
Unsportsmanlike
minutes.
foul on number 6,
under 2
Joshua
minutes
Hierro.
remaining.
That's his second foul.
That is an automatic unsportsmanlike foul as we look at this. Hierro trying to deny Aljon Melesio. A little too aggressive using his hands. Aljon Melesio selling the call. Two free throws here for Aljon Melesio. A chance to ice this ball game up.
Ball possession remains with the
But
Green Archers. with shot
LaSalle will
clock
keep
at
the
14
basketball with
seconds.
23 seconds remaining in the fourth. So Karakot will start the play. Looking for Melesio, goes to Malonzo, back to Karakot. And a foul here against Simon Camacho.
And if I was LaSalle, I would go to either Melesio or Karakot. Obviously, the more experienced players on the floor for LaSalle.
Substitutions for the Soaring Falcons.
As Coach Franz Pumaren is bringing in his offensive unit.
Boy, big shots by Andre Karakot here in the fourth quarter.
Two of 4 from the line was Andre before that shot. But again, as composed as ever, Andre Karakot making sure of the first.
Boy, Karakot did not want LaSalle to go down to 1 and 4 if they lost this game. Camacho with the rebound, 19 seconds to go. Chauca has it. Over to Lastimosa. Lastimosa still has it. Time is running out on the Falcons. The ball will stay with Adamson with only 10 seconds remaining in the ball game.
And again, excellent defense there for LaSalle. Containing Jerome Lastimosa on that drive.
Here's Camacho, blocked by Baltazar. Lastimosa will start the play. Duanga for 3.
So the second foul on Adamson on a 3-point shot here in this quarter.
Well, we're still waiting if it will mean 3 free throws. And they'll review it.
They had to challenge Lenda Duanga from out there because just a few games ago he hit that big 3-pointer against NU.
Which Coach Franz Pumaren swears was a design play.
Ito rin, mukhang design din eh.
Here's what happened.
The question is, there was a obviously, but the question is, was he on the ground still or was he on his way up?
Is he in the act of shooting?
5 seconds remaining, 7-point lead for LaSalle. What a big win this would be if they end up taking this one from Adamson. And the way that the UAAP has been balanced and competitive here, you wouldn't want to fall into a 1-4 hole, which will make it tougher for you to come back in the second round.
3 free throws for Lenda Duanga.
Well, Lenda Duanga missed the first of 3 free throws. Missed the second. Been a tough day for Lenda Duanga. From the free throw line, missed all of it. Install 3, and the Green Archers will bounce back in a game they really wanted to win. And they'll beat the Adams and Soaring Falcons 68-61.
Maybe the best game coming from Coach JB, Coach Gian, and the rest of the Green Archers winning this one against the Adams and Soaring Falcons and moving up in our standings, all at least 2 and 3, right behind the FAU Tamaraws. And as for Adamson, we'll go down to 3 and 3.
Here's your final score, 68 for the De La Salle Green Archers, 61 for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. Our PS Bankable player of the game is Justin Baltazar. PS Bank Home Loan, isang araw lang, may bahay ka na.
Who else will we choose but Justin Baltazar, who just came out to play again in their last game against FEU. Went up against Pachuente, only 6 points. 3 of 12 from the field, but here today against none other than Lenda Tuanga. 21 points, 14 rebounds, a couple of assists, a couple of blocks here and there, and just doing it for LaSalle on both ends of the floor. What a performance from the big guy, Justin.
Yeah, sobrang palabiro niya na si Justin. Pero in this game, all business. This Dataland Residential's quality win was won by the Green Archers, and this is how you bounce back.
This is an all-around effort for the De La Salle Green Archers. Everyone just trying to chip in. Even Arjun Melesio, who was struggling from the field, make that go-ahead basket down in with a few minutes left in the fourth.
And our accent No You Can player of the game is Andre Karakut.
Well, the La Salle Green Archers wouldn't be in the position they are right now if not for Andre Karakut and those back-to-back three-pointers. Starting off the game aggressive in the open court, trying to attack as much as he can, looking for his buckets. And in the last few minutes, just exploding from the outside with these three-pointers. Show us your bag, Mr. Andre Karakut.
Back-to-back threes. Might look back to those 2 3-point shots, in the course of the season. Might say, wow, those 2 shots were huge.
Oh yeah, especially with again the competition and the balance between the teams.
Yung mga teams. Now, tomorrow we'll be back here in Antipolo. Hope you could join us as undefeated Ateneo takes on an NU team that is really, really hungry for a victory. They're gunning for a big upset tomorrow. The UST Growling Tigers with Renz, ang Provinciano Abando, going up against Hubert Cani, Ino Combo, and the rest of the dangerous FEU Tamaraws. That's our doubleheader tomorrow here in Antipolo.
Exciting games tomorrow, and Ateneo for sure will come out aggressive against NU. And on the other end, UST and FE right beside each other in our standings trying to get a win.
The De La Salle Green Archers, they did not want to lose anymore. They bounced back and beat the Adamson Soaring Falcons 68-61. Earlier, the UP Fighting Maroons beat the UE Red Warriors 62-56. For Rain Matienzo, Ayana Perlas, my partner, a folk hero in Diliman, Mikey Reyes, I'm Igwan Ili saying thank you for watching the UAAP on SNA.